Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, the Bidens hosted the president of South Korea and his wife for a state dinner Wednesday at the White House. And the FBI has released its annual active shooter incidents report for 2022. Also, Disney has filed a lawsuit against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, claiming he is orchestrating a campaign to punish Disney over its political views and is now threatening the company's business.
Seen some rain this morning. Where is the rain going? Find out that and more in the full forecast.
3 Victoria East soccer stars are heading to East Texas. That and more in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain. Today is the 27th day of April 2023. The time is just about 6:31 on your Thursday morning. And today it's Poem in Your Pocket Day, observing and celebrating the fact that April is Poetry Month. Let's go ahead and turn to weather anchor Darius McCormick. We were just talking about our favorite poets. We both love Maya. I think I also love Federico Garcia Lorca. He's a Spanish poet. He writes a lot of beautiful but dark poetry.
Ooh, dark. I used to try to write some poems back in my day. They were not good at all, so I let it go. I don't do that anymore. But right now, we'll take a look at our current conditions. We're looking at 65 degrees, and the rain that we've seen this morning is still there. It's not as bad as it was. In other areas, they're getting it pretty hard. It was pretty bad in Edna, and it looks like it's leaving our area. Where is it going? I'll let you know that in the full forecast. We'll take a look at Plan My Day. This morning, please just pack the umbrella. Just keep, I know the rain is moving, but make sure you pack that umbrella just in case. Once we get into noon, there'll be some clouds, but the sun will kind of peek out just a little bit. And as we get to the afternoon, the sun will be out and we have a high of 86. So you can bring your umbrella, but leave the coat at home. And when your kids get on that school bus, make sure you pack them an umbrella. Make sure they dress cool for school. But when they get off of the bus today, it's going to be pretty warm, getting up to 84 degrees around that time, so they may not need those coats at all. And taking a look at our marine forecast, right now high tide is 6:14 a.m., low tide is 5:23 p.m., not a.m. Wind getting up to 10 to 15 knots. That's northwest winds. Seas 1 foot or less, and the bays are choppy right now because of the rain moving in that area. That should change later on today. Carolina, back to you.
Thank you, Darius. An 18-wheeler appears to have crashed into a train yesterday afternoon. It happened in Refugio County on U.S. Highway 77 north of Hillcrop Gate. The Refugio County Sheriff's Office says the crash shut down one lane southbound of U.S. 77. No word yet on what caused the crash. The State Agriculture Commissioner, Sid Miller, was in Cuero yesterday. Over 100 people came out to hear him speak. Miller spoke at the area's Chamber of Commerce Agriculture Quarterly Business Luncheon. Agriculture, very important to Dwight County. It's the county's largest employer. The area provides a lot of cattle production, and Commissioner Miller is bullish on the future.
You know, the future looks good. We've got a lot of technology out there that's going to help us be more efficient. Better strains of seeds and varieties. Genetics and livestock is constantly improving. So I think the farmers are eternal optimists. So we think tomorrow's going to be a better day and next year's going to be a better crop.
Commissioner Miller next heads to New Jersey for a meeting on food security. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden hosted President Yoon and Mrs. Kim of the Republic of Korea for the state dinner on Wednesday evening. The White House is hosting the South Korean president and his wife during their visit to the U.S. in celebration of the 70th anniversary of the U.S. and Republic of Korea alliance, spending time with Joe Biden as the two discussed a growing partnership between the two countries. The meal marks the second state dinner President Biden has held since taking office, with French President Emmanuel Macron being the first. The FBI reports active shooter incidents decreased in 2022, but the overall number of people shot went up, which determined that 50 active shooter incidents took place in 25 states and the District of Columbia last year. That's down by about 18% from 2021, but still nearly 67% higher than the number of incidents in 2018. Texas was the state with the most active shooter events in 2022. The report also found last year's casualty count was the largest in 5 years, with 313 casualties reported, 100 of which were deaths. Former President Trump may soon have a new opponent in the race for the White House, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. But while the presidential race may be top of mind, DeSantis is making headlines this morning for another reason: his fight with Mickey Mouse.
Overnight, sources telling ABC News Florida Governor Ron DeSantis plans to launch an exploratory committee as early as mid-May, setting up a potential campaign for the White House. Sources say the governor is looking to announce his candidacy in mid-June. It comes as his feud with Disney, the parent company of ABC News, escalates. A board he appointed to oversee Disney World nullified 2 agreements yesterday, which had given Disney control over expansion at the resort. And minutes later, Disney filed a First Amendment lawsuit against DeSantis and the board, claiming they're waging a relentless campaign to weaponize government power against Disney in retaliation for expressing a political viewpoint unpopular with certain state officials. That political viewpoint is Disney's opposition to Florida's parental rights and education law, which critics dubbed the Don't Say Gay law, prohibiting classroom discussion about sexual orientation or gender identity. At the center of the ongoing feud is Disney's status as a special tax district in Central Florida, which DeSantis has objected to. The status essentially allows the company to self-govern the area around Disney World and has been in place since the 1960s.
We just wanted them to live under the same rules, pay the debt, pay the taxes, all that stuff.
In the lawsuit, Disney claims there's been a targeted campaign of government retaliation that is now threatening its business operations and jeopardizing its economic future in Florida. Some Republicans have criticized DeSantis for going after Disney, a major employer in his state. Andrew Dimber, ABC News, New York.
Earlier this year, Florida's legislature decided not to end the special tax designation for Disney because of concern that local residents would then have to pay for fire and police services. Leading us to your viewer poll. Are you siding with Disney or DeSantis? Okay, let's take a look. 31% of you say Disney and 69% of you say DeSantis. We want to keep hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. You can also scan the QR code. It's right there on your screen to take part. All right, get your cell phone and take a photo of this QR code. It's an easy way to download the Crossroads Today app. That way you can stay connected to all the latest in news, weather, and sports. No matter where you are, you can learn about our ongoing contests. You can also submit news tips and photos. The time is now just about 6:38 on your Thursday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. Many people say the future is now, and that's the very idea that UHV presented Wednesday.
This morning, we're learning more about the man charged with leaking classified documents. I'm Lindsay Watts in Washington. Coming up, why prosecutors say he's a flight risk and want to keep him locked up before trial.
We're looking at some marginal risk area of severe weather in our area. Hear that and more in our full forecast.
H-E-B Meal Simple. Delicious, ready-made meals from recipes created by our chefs and ready in minutes, like vegetarian butternut ravioli marinara and hundreds more. For better, tastier meals, the answer is simple. Meal Simple, only at H-E-B.
What happens when you wish upon a star? Dreams come true. And I'm about to give one lucky fan the magical surprise dream of a lifetime to fly to LA and see the premiere of my new film, Wish. I'll see you live on Good Morning America.
Get ready for the next generation of football stars to take the stage.
Being here means everything to me.
Live. With appearances by Chris Pratt and the Jonas Brothers. The NFL Draft Live, starting tonight on ABC.
25 News Now would like to invite you to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Go to the link on your screen for more information on how to download.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
Welcome back, Crossroads. We'll take a look at our current temperatures around the state. Right now, mostly the 60s. We're looking at 65 here, 64 in San Antonio, and 63 in Houston. And as we look around everywhere else, we're getting down to 58, 59, 52 in Wichita, and getting down to 41 and 42 in Amarillo. It's pretty cold. Hopefully that trend doesn't come this way, and I don't think it will. Here's a look at our future temperatures in the 60s and the 70s right now. We're getting up to the mid-70s later in the afternoon, and in the evening we're getting up to the 80s, and that trend will continue tomorrow because when we get to the afternoon we'll be up to the 80s on Friday. So it'll be sunny and it'll be clear skies, so I say put on a short sleeve shirt, and as Carolina said, make sure you pack that sunscreen because you are going to burn up. Carolina, back to you.
Maybe even that mosquito spray. Thank you so much, Darius. 3 East Titans taking their talents to East Texas. We have the details with Sports Director Gino Perez in Sports.
At Crossroads, 3 Victoria East Titans soccer stars are heading east to Wiley College to continue their academic and athletic careers. 2 girl athletes and 1 boy athlete signed their letters of intent in front of friends and family. Striker Juan Rojas had a great final season with 8 goals on the year along with 4 assists. Rojas is a son of an immigrant and only had 1 offer from the Wildcats when the Titans season ended. Rojas said with a tear in his eye that he is taking a leap of faith going somewhere that is 5.5 hours away from friends and family. Also signing was midfielder Evelyn Garcia. The 2-time year captain was 3 goals and 5 assists on the season and led her to a first-team All-District this past 2 seasons. She decided to sign to Wiley College because she fell in love with the coaches, campus, and environment. She had other offers but decided a month ago that Wiley was for her. Her teammate Yaritza Avila has been with Garcia every step of the way, and both decided to attend Wiley College after the visit only a month ago. Yadi, as her team calls her, has had some fellow teammates join her on the field and in the classroom. That is your 25 Sports Now.
Gino, we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. New details this morning about the Massachusetts National Guardsman accused of leaking classified documents. The Air Force has now suspended 2 commanders from the unit where Jack Teixeira worked, and in a new court filing, federal prosecutors say Teixeira is a flight risk and must remain detained.
This morning, disturbing revelations about the man accused of leaking top-secret military documents online. These new photos show what federal investigators found inside Jack Teixeira's room. The Justice Department says that includes rifles, AR and AK-style weapons, and a bazooka. Prosecutors say Teixeira regularly made comments about violence and mass murder, using his government computer to research mass shootings. Photos also show a smashed tablet, laptop, and other devices found inside a dumpster. In a new filing, the DOJ says Teixeira is a danger to the public, and they want to keep him behind bars until trial. Fallout from the leak is ongoing. ABC News has learned the Air Force suspended 2 commanders in the military unit where Teixeira worked. The Air Force calls the suspensions temporary as the investigation continues. 21-year-old Teixeira worked as a computer technician with the Massachusetts Air National Guard. Investigators say he started posting classified material to the online forum Discord late last year. He's facing 25 years in prison.
The system failed. This is a major failure. Some people need to be fired over this.
Teixeira had high-level, top-secret clearance, which the Pentagon has said was needed to do his job. But lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are demanding more answers.
We need to know the facts. We need to know who this airman was, why he felt he had the authority or ability to show off confidential documents, secret documents to his friends.
Teixeira has a detention hearing in Massachusetts later today. Prosecutors expected to argue that he may still have access to classified documents, and nations hostile to the U.S. could help him escape if he's freed before trial. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
Many people say the future is now, and that's the idea that UHV presented Wednesday at the 2023 Fueling the Future Summit. UHV leaders developed the summit to show the latest in technological advances that are now being used in the workplace. UHV's Donald Jerkowski says this summit is designed to get everyone knowing about the new technology being used and to see what is soon to come.
But we want people to realize that it's here now. A lot of people say, well, that will be something that's futuristic. And it's not really futuristic, it's really happening now.
This is the second year that UHV hosted the Fueling the Future Summit, with next year's summit already in the planning stages. The time is now 6:45 on your Thursday morning. Still to come, Dr. Jennifer Kent with Victoria College will join us to talk more about the upcoming May 6th bond election. You don't want to miss this.
Victoria All Sports, South Texas's largest family-owned sporting goods store. Having served Victoria and surrounding counties since 1971, we're proud to continue to meet your firearms, hunting, fishing, camping, and outdoor apparel needs. Our friendly and knowledgeable outdoor experts can help you pick the perfect equipment for your next outdoor excursion, and that our in-house gunsmith services are available long after your purchase. Come get geared up at Victoria All Sports, located at 1902 Houston Highway, right here in Victoria.
1 in 10 frazzled Britons have considered leaving their partner over their snoring, study finds. I want you to know that has never occurred to me. I mean, other things have occurred to me.
Ready for an adventure? Next live, Ever Anderson from Peter Pan and Wendy.
Might just be the biggest adventure of all.
Plus, Priyanka Chopra Jonas and It's Spring Has Sprung Week.
In this morning's GMA First Look, bird strike threat.
We are declaring the emergency for the bird strike. We've got 168 souls on board.
4 dramatic bird strikes over Texas, all within 24 hours, forcing planes packed with passengers to turn around. Listen as pilots on a United flight from Houston to Santiago, Chile, describe it right after takeoff.
We heard a very loud strike to the front right of the aircraft. All 3 pilots felt the subsequent strike.
The plane starting that 9-hour flight, but turning back around. The FAA says there were 17,000 bird strikes last year and 2,300 so far this year.
Birds and airplanes are going to continue to have to share the sky, and there will continue to be bird strikes. They generally do not bring airplanes down, but they continue to do damage.
So what's being done to keep passengers safe? It's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
Things are looking up, I've got symptom relief. Control of my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
Good morning, Crossroads. Right now we're looking at a marginal severe weather risk. Marginal is the smallest risk, but a risk is a risk. Marginal risk means some heavy winds, some heavy rain, but we won't see that going into the afternoon. Here's a look at our future tracker. Right now we're looking at 7 a.m. on Thursday. We see some rain in our area, but by the time we make it to 3 p.m. the afternoon, Thursday, we will not see any of that rain, and we won't see it until late Friday night, getting up to Saturday morning. Like, we're looking at 1 a.m. we may see some rain. And now here's a look at our local future tracker. Right now, well, I went past it. We have some rain in that area right now, but we're looking at the weekend right now. And I mean, not the weekend, the afternoon. And you won't see any of that rain going into the afternoon until we get to late Friday. We won't see any of that rain. Early Saturday in the morning, you'll see it, but it'll be gone by the time you wake up. And that's a look at your forecast.
I'm now joined by Dr. Jennifer Kent, president of Victoria College. She's here to talk to us about the bond election. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Always a joy to see you, Dr. Kent. So let's jump right into it. This bond, it's to renovate the VC Student Center, to turn it into a 3-story facility. And what are the main selling points here? Because your Student Center right now, already beautiful.
It is, it is. So this is actually a 3-story new build and in front of the current Student Center, and it also includes renovation of the current space. And this is a student success center, and we're so excited about the opportunities. You know, we serve over 7,000 students a year, from those who enter in needing a GED, workforce education, all the way to an associate's degree program that will transfer to a university. But we want to make sure that as our students grow into the next generation and into the next 100 years, that we are able to serve them in the way that they need to be more successful. So for example, 3rd story of the building, my favorite, it's a library. And this is a current library.
Your own library.
Right, a modern library for today's learners.
That's a big deal.
Absolutely, a lot of digital resources as well as some books and stacks, traditional library space, but then also a tutoring center. You know, our typical student is 26 years old, and in the workforce programs, 39.
Wow.
And those students need a lot of extra support. And so we're happy to be able to provide that to them through expanded tutoring, where students can come in and get the help they need to be successful in those classes. But if you think about the wraparound services and enrollment services, everything that we need in this community to provide a trained and educated workforce, because ultimately we know that our students live here, they're from here, they're going to stay here and raise their families, and we want them to have good jobs.
Definitely, and you also mentioned a veteran center. We have so many veterans here in the Crossroads.
We do.
Looking to re-enter the job industry, to re-enter in a new industry potentially, and VC has so many resources for that.
Absolutely. We do have Veteran Services Office, but for any student who needs counseling or mental health support, whatever they need, advising, transfer services, we make sure that we will be able to provide all of those in one central location on campus, because ultimately we want our students to be successful. And if we can help them get to that finish line, we know that they'll have a better life.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Kent. Best of luck on the bond. Election day right around the corner, May 6th.
That's right. It's early voting now, and we do have Election Day, May 6th, this next Saturday, and so we're very excited.
You don't want to miss it. All right, well, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.
Counterfeit prescription pills laced with fentanyl are killing our kids by the thousands across the nation. The pills look safe. Can you tell which one is real? Drug dealers are pushing these deadly pills on your kids' social media. It only takes one pill to kill. And it did. You can help stop the fentanyl epidemic. Talk to your kids about the dangers of counterfeit prescription pills. Visit onepillkilled.org.
In Texas, the future belongs to everyone, so we created the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150, part of America's best-selling trucks for 46 straight years. With an available 12-inch touchscreen and interior work surface, it puts the world at your fingertips. And now, there's a great in-stock selection to choose from at your best in Texas Ford dealer. Drive F-150 now with 0% financing plus $1,000 cash plus up to $1,000 accessories cash plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
When it comes to people you trust, you likely think of family, friends, and maybe even your neighbors.
When it comes to legal matters, people here in Victoria trust our firm at Colcole, Easley & Skiba.
Since 1954, we've been earning the trust of your family, friends, and neighbors.
And that's not only because we win cases, but because of our uncompromising client-first approach.
So regardless of what scenario you find yourself in, you deserve a team of trustworthy lawyers. You deserve Colcole, Easley & Skiba.
There's no way she'd stick around if she knew the truth. I'm a criminal.
It's just too dangerous.
Let's rock.
Get ready for the next generation of football stars to take the stage.
Being here means everything to me.
Live with appearances by Chris Pratt and the Jonas Brothers. The NFL Draft Live, starting tonight on ABC.
Are you ready to stop letting big business take your customers away? Phase 3 Digital is your #1 digital marketing resource to keep your customers shopping with you. With an office right here in the Crossroads and a team of support across the nation, we can help you wherever your business is in the online journey. From building a site to developing e-commerce capabilities to growing your customer base, we will drive results. It is time to take the next step in growing your business with Phase 3 Digital. Are you ready to take your customers back? Give us a call or visit us online to get started.
And now for today's question of the day. Today is National Gummy Bear Day. Haribo created gummy bears. Who founded Haribo? Okay, so we've had several guesses this morning so far. Darius, many people are guessing Hans Riegel Sr. on our Facebook post. Let's see, Yogi is the other one. That's from our friend Orlo. But thank you to Beth, Kenneth, Melanie, Leticia, Hector, Joshua, and Bobby for taking part in today's question of the day. We're ready for the answer, Darius.
The answer is Hans Riegel Sr.
Oh.
So the Haribo, the HA comes from Hans, the RI comes from Riegel, and the BO comes from Bonn, which is the city that he's from.
Oh, wow.
So it's Haribo.
Well, they're so delicious. I hope someone drops a bag off for us today.
Hopefully.
But not, keep it unopened. All right, well, thank you for taking part in today's question of the day. Hope you get some gummy bears with some ice cream. And Darius, we'll get a last look at our forecast later in this segment. All right, we have a trial cancellation notice for you this morning. If you were summoned for jury duty today at the Victoria County Justice of the Peace 1 Court, you are asked to not appear. That 8:30 a.m. trial is canceled and will not be rescheduled. A federal appeals court has rejected Donald Trump's attempt to block former Vice President Mike Pence from testifying before a federal grand jury. Wednesday's decision came after the former president moved to block Pence from testifying before a special counsel grand jury looking into allegations that Trump tried to overturn the 2020 election, as well as the former president's role in the January 6th riot. Trump's legal team filed an emergency motion to block a lower court decision ordering Pence to testify earlier this month. Although Pence has said previously he would not appeal a judge's order to give testimony in the investigation, the former president can still appeal to the Supreme Court, but has not indicated whether he will move forward with another appeal. Early voting in Victoria for the May 6th election continues. The numbers from the Victoria County Election Administrator look like this. 286 people voted in person early Wednesday, making a total of 960 in-person votes so far. 9 mail-in votes were received Wednesday, making a total of 68 mail-in votes so far. Early voting for the May 6th election at the Dr. Petty Dodson Public Health Center, that's at 2805 North Navarro, Classroom A, running through May 2nd from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Deputy sheriffs at the Victoria County Sheriff's Office staying prepared in the event of an active shooter. The Sheriff's Office deputies underwent alert active shooter training earlier this week, and the training took place at the county's new Guadalupe Training Center. The Sheriff's Office provided this training to area law enforcement agencies throughout the region. All training instructors are Victoria County Sheriff deputies who have attended the alert trainer course. And we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Let's go ahead and get a last look at our viewer poll. Today, we wanted to know, who are you siding with? Are you siding with Disney or DeSantis? There's an ongoing battle between them. Okay, let's take a look. 34% of you said Disney, and 66% of you say you're on DeSantis' side. All right, thank you for taking part in our viewer poll. You can keep on taking part in our viewer polls by just going to crossroadstoday.com/vote. Now let's get that final look at our forecast with Darius.
Thank you, Carolina. We'll look at our forecast for today. We're getting up to 82 degrees. We got some cloudy skies and some showers now, but that should be gone going into the evening. We'll have some clear skies getting down to 66 degrees tonight. And tomorrow we'll get up to 86 degrees. We'll see the sun and it'll be pretty clear. It'll be a nice, fun day. Thursday, like today, we'll see the rain, and you'll see it again maybe Saturday in the morning, but that rain will be gone going into next week. Carolina, back to you.
Thank you so much, Darius, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Come to crossroadstoday.com for more local news, weather, and sports, and join us tonight for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Make it a fantastic Thursday.